But, okay, they're playing this as best of 3, this grand final. And the game is starting as we speak. Updating everything here. So, 0, 0. Okay, colors remain correct. And here, nope. Okay, here we go. Nope, is it working? Yeah, it's working.
And Animaa sends a fast scout.
Yeah, trying to get the hero most likely, but okay, this will take some time. What's he doing?
He just he wants to build the second farm for scouting.
All right.
Maybe.
So we're most likely gonna see a Warden since it's Tarina's stand, and we all know that Warden is pretty good on this one since the days of soccer back then. And on the other side, yeah, maybe Archmage, maybe Mountain King, but I guess it will be a pretty safe call to say it's gonna be the Archmage.
Have you heard anything about soccer, by the way?
No, not at all, but I can ask about this. And it's a Mountain King. Interesting. Of course,
Warden, Mountain King, yeah. Mountain King is a good counter against Warden, and probably Animaa is already expecting the Warden to come.
Yeah, on TS you can really expect that. Same on Echo Isles. These are the two maps where we nowadays always see the Warden happening. And yeah, the question is gonna be who will level faster, who will level better, and how much pressure the Foggy can do with his Warden. He's an okay Warden player, not on the level of Lawliot, of course, but we've seen him play this before. But what sets everyone apart from Lawliot is like the creeping patterns and the control of the Warden. So it's not that imbalanced as some Chinese people might think if you don't have the 100% control. Engine of War from Foggy.
And both players are creeping for level 2 at the 2 spots in their corners.
Yeah, interesting that Foggy invests so much into the second Engine of War. There's no Huntress Horde coming just yet, so no mass Huntress from the get-go. So this will delay his tech a lot.
It does. And 2 Ring of Protections, Cloak of Shadows for the Warden as well.
Well, she has native Shadow Melt, so not that good this item, but yeah, continuous creeping here, level 2 for both heroes, and of course you can use the Engine of War to continue creeping to the Merc camp, so maybe early mercenaries, late tech is what Foggy is going for.
Yeah, both players are striving to reach level 3, but right now, yeah, we see the militias for the support, and maybe he goes for the mercenary camp or straight to the top gold mine.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the Merc camp, because there's always a chance for a big Invul potion, for a big mana potion. Foggy scouts this immediately, getting storm bolted, but doesn't get the kill. Now gets the last hit. And Foggy is going for the Huntress Hole, is going for very late tech, or mass Huntress. We will see about that. But heavy pressure coming towards the human player here. There's an expansion. So mass Huntress expansion play by Foggy. Not scouted yet by Animaa, the farm is too far away.
The Mountain King is nearly level 3. At the same time, the Warden sells the Cloak of Shadows, buying a Staff of Teleportation and the Boots of Speed.
Okay, it looks like Animaa is well aware of what's going on. The farm got cancelled, so he saw that second Engine of War. So he knows, okay, if he's going double Engine of War, what's his plan behind this? And the plan is, of course, the expansion. But he does not want to commit to this. Level 3 Warden as well, of course, Shadow Strike, so good. But he didn't skill a single point yet. So no Shadow Strike, no Fan of Knives, no Blink for the hero Foggy.
And Animaa calls to arms. As we can see, there is a big Crowd of militias arriving at the top, and now the Warden is a little bit under pressure, trying to Shadow Strike the first Shadow Priest, and he is going down, but at the same time the Warden must be careful, and there is the surround on the Warden level 3, but she just blinks out.
He didn't dodge the first 2 Storm Bolts, and Animaa is losing a lot of his mana now. Only 1 Storm Bolt remaining. Okay, that was unfortunate. But here comes Animaa with a lot of militia. You've been calling that before. Is he going for tower stuff? Something? Oh, the Lightning Shield. Really good on the Huntress. Now he calls them back. Now he sees the ward and says, okay, I can't do anything against you with full mana. So he's pulling it back. But he saw the expansion and he knows what's going on.
What is he going to do with the peasants now? I mean, this was a totally waste. If he just sends them back now.
Yeah, but he's doing it. He's not going for the expansion of some sort. Second Shadow Strike. The Mountain King is dropping fairly low. There is a town portal left, and he has boots. Here comes a Huntress to block. Going well so far. Mountain King has to go another path, but there's no Shadow Strike anymore. There is no slow anymore, and with the boots, I think he will be able to escape. Stormbolt now. Oh my god, will he get the revenge kill? 50 HP, town portal, and the Mountain King remains alive with 19 HP. What an early game.
After that Naga save in the previous match, we can definitely say that Foggy has nuts.
Yeah, definitely.
In this kind of situations.
Balls of steel.
Like, just the same. Maybe you use the scroll of teleportation just to be sure that you don't lose your hero. But
yeah, on the other
he
side,
stayed there.
On the other side, we see no tech from Animaa, but a lumber mill. So his plan really was a tower push. A lot of footmans as well. Mass regeneration on the MK now, plus the Shadow Priest, so more healing. Tower push against Mass Huntress expansion. Can this work against the level 3 Warden? Okay, he did good that he forced the Shadow Strike, so no fan of knives available at the moment against the workers. Oh, Tome of Experience!
Nice. That's very good for the Warden, because she is still, or just level 3 and a little bit. Robe of the Maggie as well. That was a very good creep spot for Foggy.
An immediate level 4. Mass Dispel, only 1 Stormbolt remaining on the MK. Mass Huntress, of course, very efficient against the Footman. Here comes the Militias again. He wanted to have a better timing. He has a lot of lumber. And where are the towers? No Ivory Towers, of course, because no tier 2. Here they are.
First hunt goes down, and yeah, Animaa is just building heroes with the fast build.
But
at the same time, the Shredder is making a very good harassment on the peasants.
And the Zeppelin is in as well. Shadow Priest going down. Here comes the Shadow Strike on the Mountain King. There is mana for a Stormbolt, but there is of course Blink, so he can dodge it with a good ping. And if he keeps the distance to see the hammer fly.
Yeah, Foggy plays really good.
Yeah, he fenced this off with ease, as it seems. Stormbolt not dodging, but there's a Zeppelin always to put him in.
And you have to imagine, like, a Night Elf player on Tarina's stand having an expansion over a human.
Yeah, indeed.
Having no expansion at all.
And the expansion is up, not running yet, but it's just a matter of time. This one Scout Tower standing there alone, forever alone Scout Tower.
Maybe it was also a quite big mistake that that he didn't attack or tower pushed the expansion, you know? Like, he attacked the main base, and it's much harder to fight in the main base than just, like, if he went over and building some towers at the bridge, he could have had an easier fight.
Yeah, maybe fall back to it, or, yeah, here, I'm just showing it at the upper right of the expansion, you mean?
So now he's trying to expand by himself. And let's see what he is finding at that creep spot. This creep spot is kind of maybe blessed in the game.
Maybe boots of Thalas. The worst item possible.
Bad luck and intelligence. Yeah, okay.
Intelligence is okay, but compared to Tome of Experience,
it's crap.
It's crap indeed. And the expansion is so delayed. So delayed. The tech. Okay, Foggy's not teching yet. But there's a Zeppelin with a Mauler, with a Shadow Priest, with a Berserker, and 4 Huntress.
I I'm looking forward to the reaction of Foggy now. Is he pushing or does he just expand
Well,
one more time?
I don't think so. He's using the Zeppelin. Let's see, the main base, there's only one Arcane Tower, and the expansion is protected by the entire army. So dropping into that main might be the better solution. We saw that against War Chief. We will see this now, and he... Okay, now he scouts it with the Zeppelin. Mountain King is nearby.
Very good anticipation.
Getting the first Huntress here immediately, putting in that Mountain King into the Zeppelin once the Shadow Strike hits, so he can dodge the ticks. Dodging the Stormbolt now, so both players are dodging the first heroes here, but of course they are the Huntress going ham in the peasant line of Animaa, dealing good damage.
No fan of knives.
No, still no retraining, and in the meantime Huntress attacks at the expansion, killing one of the peasants, but Foggy is retreating. He is attacking to tier 2, but at the same time he's getting the first upgrades for archers, hunters and glaive throwers. So
He bought... Yeah.
most likely not transitioning into bears and dryads, but maybe a tower push with glaive throwers.
Yeah, check out what he bought at the mercenary camp again.
Ooh, another Mauler.
Another Ogre Mauler. So, yeah, I guess he will try to push and...
He kind of forgot the Shadow Priest. Or is he dropping into the Expo now? Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, look at the Shadow Priest, he loves to run.
Yeah, really fancy running.
So happy.
Okay, here comes the Huntress again. And from the other side he drops with the Zeppelin. Of course he wants to go for that Arcane Tower right away. Saving that Warden into the Zeppelin so the Arcane shots can never hit her.
And this is a very difficult situation right now for the human player. He needs to defend this somehow, using mercenaries by himself, and the Zeppelin is also arriving.
But the bolt connects, and the Warden blinks out here. Let's see how he can save the rest of his army. Shadow Strike is ready, the cooldown is off, but Foggy is losing so much good experience for the Mountain King. One Huntress down. How many can he kill? Second one down, and the third one will die as well. Shadow Melt, alright, but he loses.
I think it was quite a mistake that Foggy didn't retrained before on Fan of Knives. If you look there, there were so many peasants standing around and footies. Fan of Knives would have been a blessing in this situation.
But he attacks the main base again and killing all of the peasants there. The mana is almost dry, but he will get the Arcane Tower. The next Mauler is dying. Foggy is really losing a lot of units here, but he gets something in return, and that is the mining of the human.
Yeah, Foggy is very crucial in harassment right now.
Getting the Shredder, there's nothing that can save him. And he has the balls to keep the Ogre Mauler on the battlefield with like 30 HP.
Yeah, the Mauler doesn't want to go down. And there are 2 Zeppelins, 3 Zeppelins now in the air.
Foggy saving...
Put your Zeppelins in the air.
Foggy is saving the units here almost, but look at how much he lost. Almost level 6 on the MK. That is complete bonkers. But Foggy, the harass is continuing. The Arcane Tower is ready though. But what can an Arcane Tower do against a Huntress? It takes forever. More mercenaries now in the one Zeppelin.
Yeah, the Shadow Priest just goes down. The human expansion. And the Huntress, yeah, is kinda unuseful.
But nice Shadow Melt right on time.
That was good.
There we go. Okay, too greedy.
Goes down.
And is this level 6? Not yet, right? No. Ah, it was a deny. He denied the Huntress. So good. But there it is. Level 6 Avatar.
Yeah, he gave him a lot of XP due to mercenary kills.
Yeah, and Huntress as well. He's going for the towers again, but I think the army, the force of Foggy is not strong enough here. The Warden is level 6 as well, by the way. Crazy. Oh, 50.
Lucky.
Yeah, really lucky. Okay, Foggy is definitely up in mining, transitioning into bears, but also building glaive throwers at the same time. So bears and glaives. When have we seen this?
And the MK has no mana at all, throwing storm bolts like crazy. Previously now he is using an clarity potion. And yeah, Foggy as well trying to retreat.
Very interesting game. I'm very glad that they play this final here. It is a best of 3, of course, for $13. That's the price pool of this qualifier. But yeah, we have the glaive throwers to push against the expansion, and of course the bears, the siege bears as we call them. They will do good as well. Warden really needs mana.
Yeah, she needs it, and yeah, this match is definitely a little bit more interesting than a Knight of Mirror, to be honest. We can see that Animaa is attacking now, trying to push the expansion. Militias, 3 militias are on their way, but the crowd is just too small. The army has no chance against this amount of bears. And there we can just see the expansion by Foggy just paid out at the end.
Yeah, he got bears against the tier 1 human. He just started his tech, and I think that's the reason why he left that game against the Avatar of Vengeance with only footmen. Well, you can do the math. If you kill more footmen, you can get more spirits, and that snowballs. But we were not able to see this. 1-0 for Foggy. Great game in terms of multitasking by both players.
It was, and yeah, Animaa just had to give up at the end. Nevertheless, we will see what's the second map.
Yeah, it's definitely the biggest accomplishment of Animaa so far in terms of one-on-one tournaments. He was never that great in Jera Cups. He did make quite a name for himself, though. Almost, I think he reached the quarterfinals like 4 times, maybe a semifinal. So he's gathering strength, and we go to Amazonia again. Usually, that is a strange choice, because usually you want to expand, and Amazonia is one of the worst expansion maps.
Yeah, Amazonia is also one of the newer maps, we can say. And Animaa tries to go for that choice. And the French guys are currently just talking in French, unfortunately. Otherwise we could have like tell a little bit about the chat.
Wasn't Amazonia already being played at the last year of WC3L? Don't know for sure.
Yeah, the last year of WC3L was
awesome.
Like it was awesome, but also a little bit like a phantom. Nobody knew exactly what's going on and what the future brings. But yeah, was a good final.
Yeah, I think it was Engis versus Wicked, who was then Team Go. Is that game up already? Nope.
I will grab something to drink, be right back.
So if you haven't heard, we will be back tomorrow after this final. Don't really know when it's supposed to start. 13 CET. Oh, it could be a little dicey for me because I have to work again. Let's see. I will definitely cast the first map of the day. Maybe the second as well. We have to see about that. And yeah, in the evening, 8:30 p.m., Remo is gonna stream Armies of Azeroth for I think the very first time on an English stream. Not so sure. I've seen some Russian streams doing this, but an English stream, I don't know. There are a few YouTube videos in English, but a Twitch or Good Game stream, not so much. Game is up.
Game is up, and we will join for the second match in this final. on Amazonia.
Yeah, we have seen Foggy here playing the Demon Hunter against a human who wants to expand. His name was Zyko, and the game was over in 4 minutes 37 seconds.
Is that a record? No, is there even a record?
I don't know.
Like a professional match and how fast it ended?
I think the most famous one is the WCG final of Fly versus Infi on Echo Isles. I think that game ended after 5 minutes 25 in the grand final. That was so crazy. Map number 1 over in 5 minutes. Because the Blade Master harass was so crazy, killing that Mountain King right from the start at the mercenary camp.
And that's Warcraft 3. If you do such a mistake, or if something really bad is happening in the early game and you play on such a high level, yeah, every small decision can make the difference, and you just lose it, or has to write GG because you can already expect the game to be lost at some point.
Animaa still needs a second to drop.
Huh. Neo has been kicked. I will try to vote for you.
Thanks. I think Abstract will know that he has to hold me. Ach ja.
Okay, you should be back.
I'm
Yeah.
back. Alright. So we can start. Oh no. Animaa is still taking his time.
Yeah, he needs to meditate a little bit. And then we can start. Hopefully.
$13 on the line for this best of 3. The French still continuing talking French. No one understands anything. Except them, of course.
Yeah, I had some French in the school, like
Yeah.
for 2 years.
Yeah, but all I learned there was how to make crepe. And that's it.
Yeah, I think at class 10 or something like that, you could decide then if you continue French, and I said, nah, I'm fine.
I dropped it immediately. Yeah, exactly.
I'm fine.
Do you know the scene from Friends where Joey tries to speak French?
Who?
Joey from the TV series Friends.
No, haven't seen it yet.
So funny. He's like, what's her name? Phoebe is trying to teach him French, and he's like repeating the words after her, and he's just fluffy flu, blah 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 blah. It's so good. One of the funniest scenes in TV history, I feel.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure if you try to speak it. And yeah, but it's kind of difficult to learn.
Animaa just realized that he's qualified for us Brain Cup.
Great, and what will I get in more, just to know? Ja, er möchte natürlich, oh sorry, he wants to,
This happens.
he wants to know, because he's just talking about languages so much, yeah, he just wants to know what's on top, what he gets on top by winning the final.
And the answer is $14.
That's like a very good meal, like a dinner to order at the pizza store or something, but it's at least something, and will is it the important thing.
And here we go. Game has started finally. Oh, the colors have changed, so I will swap that. Red and blue. Foggy this time in blue. So yeah, might be the final map of today. And here we are. In the bottom left, we see Foggy in blue as the Night Elf, of course. This time I don't think we will see a Warden. This time it's gonna be a Death Knight. Holy shit, I'm so off. DH. And if Animaa is going for the expansion here, then we'll see Immolation. I'm very much looking forward to that.
Yeah, everybody who knows One Piece knows that only the D is the important thing. So you should be alright. And now he pulls out the Crease, the Peasant. And this makes some trouble
but Foggy
for Foggy.
Yeah, but Foggy is well aware how to get the aggro of the most important.
And look at the Renegade Wizard. He just followed the Wisp over the half map.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday as well, right?
Yeah.
Here in Amazonia.
The Wizard is... yeah, it's boring for him. Just standing there at the Goblin Laboratory. He wants some action.
Yeah, imagine being a creep. It's such a boring life. You stand there for like 10, 15 minutes and then there comes a big army, boom, hits you in the head and you're gone.
What a really hard destination.
Well, maybe if they have some good talks amongst each other, then it's nice, but depending on the company.
I think that's also the reason why they try to mix them in that they're like kinda the same way. Not Ogre and Wizard.
Yep. Yeah, I think for the Wizard it's kind of boring to talk with the Rogues, but for the Rogues it might be entertaining. So yeah, the creeping starts, the Demon Hunter pops out, fast build here by Animaa to be a little faster. And I'm really curious if he plays it like the European style with a rifle push, or if he's going the Chinese style with the expansion. Of course, Foggy will scout this. There's a Wisp already.
And the Circlet of Nobility for the Archmage and Gloves of Haste for the Demon Hunter. Good items for both players.
A player's forces are under attack.
Immediate attack by Foggy, and Animaa continues to produce peasants. So this might be an expansion after all. And Foggy runs over there with a Demon Hunter. What's his skill build? Not a single point spent so far. So if he can harass with Immolation, he has evasion ready as well. Foggy yesterday with a great accomplishment, being the silver medal winner in the Ifeng Cup, the Chinese Weekly Cup. That is a result that no European player has ever accomplished, from Europe actually. I think Nico won it once, but he was in China, so that doesn't really count.
The town is under siege.
And Animaa is teching. So just a little late, but still okay.
And we are again on the map with the Flying Sheep. Let's see how it ends this time.
Yeah, Watchy Rich, the killer of the Flying Sheep. But he's the only one doing that, I guess. Well, we'll see about that.
A player's forces are under attack.
So we can see a blacksmith for Animaa already, because he wants to go for the rifleman, of course, for a push after tier 1, after tier 2 tech.
Yeah, it's like the only choice that you have as a human. If you can't go for an expansion in the late game, then you have to go for the early rifle push, try to do as much damage as possible, try to delay the bears, because once there are like 2 or 3 bears on the battlefield, then you basically have no chance unless you play it like perfectly. Hawk is sometimes able to pull it off, but he's kind of the only one. Yor says it's completely pointless to play like this. And of course Foggy can just go the standard route. He will know, okay, there's no expansion, then I can expect a tower rush or a push. So I will prepare for that, keep my Engine of War nearby, not sending him to creeping somewhere. And just wait for the Dryads and the Bears.
And change worlds here, the Archmage is harassing the Demon Hunter by when he's creeping. Slippers of Agility, good item for the Demon Hunter, and Animaa also bought Boots of Speed and Dust of Appearance at the shop,
yeah,
just to be sure.
Animaa so far playing this fairly well, but of course nothing big has happened yet. Tier 2 is almost finished for both players actually. Foggy already on tier 2, the slight advantage of course very beneficial. First Dryads will be out once the push appears.
Sentry wards for Animaa. Good item, of course.
And the so important level 3, Foggy was not able to deny the creeping. Very well done by the Frenchman. And without level 2 mana burn against level 2 water elementals.
What is he doing there? He called for militias, but now cancelled them again and is building the first Arcane Sanctum.
Yeah, he wants to wait for the priests to support him here. That gives Foggy, of course, a little time. Naga second as well.
And he wants to wait until the shop is finished, but nah, he goes for the run now.
Yeah, sentry wards, another slipper, so it's a little more tanky at least, combined with the circle of nobility, a few more HP as well. Animaa, a little passive here. Of course, understandably so. But is he going for that creep? That would make no sense at all. To me, at least. But okay.
Called to arms again. Maybe maybe an expansion try now.
Yeah, maybe he wants to, like, fake this rifle push and go in the late expansion?
I thought he was just unsure and was thinking about pushing now with towers or going for mid-game expansion. And after thinking over it over and over and over again, he maybe decided himself for the safe expansion now.
Yeah, but this creep is really paying off, man. Foggy can't do anything at the moment against this one. He get a big potion of greater mana. That is 2 more water elementals against the Dryads. And he's sending the peasants away again.
He also has no Sägewerk.
Lumber mill.
Lumber mill.
Yeah, usually you just buy the ivory towers and then try to distract the Night Elf a bit with the 3 ivories and don't support it with any more towers. But yeah, usually you have like a timing window as a human before the bears appear. Ah, the bear is stuck! Foggy! Without
the second hero is the Naga. We didn't mention that yet. So... But I guess it's also nothing special, nothing surprising.
But why is Animaa not pushing this? He's not going for a blacksmith. He's not going for double arcane sanctum. He's going for the push now, right? This is so weird. But maybe it's the key.
The bear upgrade is just starting now. Could be a good timing for Animaa to.
It's only 35. It's only 35 seconds until it's finished. And he's getting the second rock golem as well. Oh, this is so risky. This is so risky. This might lose him the game here. There is a town.
He must TP, get the items and TP out.
Yeah, it's an invul potion, but still.
What's he doing? He stays there.
And he's losing the first priest immediately. The second priest under heavy pressure as well. Mana burn kill. The demon hunter now has the town portal out. Weird. What a weird game this is. Animaa getting the levels. Almost a level 3 Naga. The items are huge for Animaa.
He needs to get level 3, but he can probably get it with the next creep spot. And yeah, peasants are walking again. They're always like called and sending back again. It must be pretty sad.
The demon hunter is still not level 3, and since Animaa took away this big creep spot, he has to walk a long road to get it. But maybe the merc camp is his choice.
Sentry wards of Animaa are placed in the middle and the Night Elf base, so he knows what's going on and maybe go for the creep check now. Good timing for him. Demon Hunter still level 2.
And the Naga just reached... Okay, there is level 3. He wants the Renegade Wizard before he has the town portal out. There's a Shredder as well, immediately under heavy fire. But he might be able to escape here. Belt of Giant Strength for the Demon. Fog Lightning rocking in. 45 versus 49.
What the fuck? He doesn't take the item. He wanted to pick the item with the Naga, so but she had a bad position and walked around it, and now the Archmage could just steal it.
Yeah, the militia are attacking the Naga. Can she sustain? 1, 2 peasants down, 2 militia down. The Shredder is still alive. Animaa looking really good here. Can he swap the town portal? There is no info. Can he swap? Can he swap? Fog Lightning stamping it out. But the demon, there's nothing for the demon. And Animaa is really winning this. The Shredder is going down as well. What a horrible game for Foggy. Level 4 on the Archmage. Level 2 Brilliance Aura immediately celebrated by the Fog of Lightning. Killing that bear. Killing that Berserker.
And now Foggy is still staying in the fight because he knows he has like 3 bears, and Animaa has nothing except his heroes and the Ogre Mauler and 1 Rifleman, but the Naga is coming back.
Fog Lightning again killing that Rifleman. The Mercenary Camp, of course, completely empty, going for the heroes now. There's nothing on the Naga. He has to swap something from the Archmage, but he's trying to get the Naga now, of course, with the Orb of Frost. Oh, Fog Lightning killing that one. Immediate town portal out. GG by Animaa.
GG.
Foggy
And
turns this
still
game.
a win for Foggy, and the Demon Hunter is back in action as well. So, yeah. That looked a little bit like a loss by Foggy, but then he turned it around again. With the Naga Fog Lightning. Crazy fight there.
Totally. What a crazy game.
Fog Lightning.
Okay. That was the first qualifier of Rust Brain Cup number 3. Foggy winning it in the end. Animaa qualifying. Will be playing his biggest tournament of all time. For him, at least, with the Korean legends Remind, Check, Focus, and so on. Reprisal, of course. So, we got a donation, so thank you very much, Mr. Flyer, I guess. It's not updated here on Twitch alerts. Everything is slow. Yeah, there it is, Flyer with a message. Thank you guys for pushing the scene. Oops. I can't really... but yeah, Flyer, of course, I know your name from way back then. I think you've been around for the scene in ages. But yeah, that was Rust Brain Cup. Quiz, thank you for joining again.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me once again, and yeah, wish everybody a nice evening. Follow us, follow Back to Warcraft, keep supporting the project. Thank you very much, and yeah, hope to hear and see you soon again.
Yes, of course, we will be back tomorrow, as we mentioned before, for the Golden League Championship thingy. And then in the evening with the big premiere of Armies of Azeroth. Little bit Back to the Future. Not Back to Warcraft, but Back to the Future. Yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting us. If you liked it, leave us a like, comment, whatever. You know the drill. All the important links are underneath the stream. Thank you. Goodbye.